Mason here, and it is time that I send out this lovely announcement that I have moved and I no longer attend the University of Missouri. So I wanted to make a public announcement by YouTube video because a lot of people don't know. Some of my close friends honestly might not even know that I don't attend University of Missouri anymore, and in this video I will tell you exactly why. So it took a lot of thought, but basically during my first semester at the University of Missouri, because of COVID, I was not really having a good time. I wanted to leave Tennessee. I thought that I wanted to get away, and turns out I realized how much I actually missed the state of Tennessee, and all my friends were here, and it was just, I didn't really have like the best time, I guess you would say. The university itself, I thought had, some like issues, just like they chained our like chairs to the floor because of COVID. There was no social interaction at all, so if you didn't know anyone, it was very hard to meet people. Downtown closed at like 9 or 10 even on weekends, and I visited my friend at the University of Tennessee, and that was not the case. So long story short, the only reason why I was there was because of cheer, which I absolutely loved cheering there, and that was really the only reason that I went there or like even stayed there. They have a great journalism program, but because of COVID, we couldn't even use the equipment, and your freshman year, you don't really take journalism classes, so because of that, it just was not really the place for me, and I kept coming home because if somebody on our team like had COVID or like I was exposed to them, then I had to come back home and quarantine for 2 weeks. So I was home, honestly, probably more than I was in Missouri, and just the drain on my car and me, I decided to come back to Tennessee. So where am I now? I currently am at Middle Tennessee State University. It's in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, and I'm rooming with one of my really good friends. We got an apartment together. So that being said, I'm currently in the bedroom of my apartment, which I like because one, it's so much cheaper for me to go here, and all my classes were online there. I have some in-person classes here, but some are online. But luckily, I'm like an hour from my house. All my friends pretty much are within like a couple hours away, so I can see them whenever I want to. And just the financial costs, it's a lot better for me and for my family because I don't want my parents to have to pay over $21,000 for one semester. For a year, it would have been like $45,000 for me to go to the University of Missouri, and I just didn't think that that was fair to my parents. Because their jobs have been affected by COVID, and just in general, like, if you're thinking about transferring or if you have questions about transferring, please leave them below because I can probably answer them. And after applying to like literally over a dozen colleges, it was a very tough decision, and I don't want people to think like, oh, like it's bad if you like hop around, because of the time that we're in right now in COVID. So many people are transferring, and I think it's totally a fine decision, and I definitely prayed about it, and I feel like this is just the right decision for me, and I'm already so much happier. I'm already in like 3 classes that are having to do with journalism and sports media, which is my focus, and at Missouri I was in like a bunch of classes that had nothing to do with my major. I was just getting my general education out of the way, but if I can dive in my freshman year into those classes, then that would be ideal. Yes, I have kind of kept it like quiet or like on the down low. I didn't really post any TikToks about, like me moving. I haven't really posted in general a lot in a while. That's just because I didn't really know what to say. Like I've been going through a lot of just changes recently, and so no one really knew. So I wanted to make a YouTube video to announce it because people were confused, and obviously I worked so hard to make the cheer team at the University of Missouri. That being said, a lot of people are probably commenting like, are you done with cheer? Like, what are you gonna do? I do not plan on being done with cheer. I am not done, and I have a long list of goals, and one of them was competing at Daytona. That being said, I was gonna be on the mat at Missouri, and I was gonna compete at Daytona, and I was so excited because that is on my bucket list. And you might be like, why do you have a bucket list at 19? You should definitely have a bucket list at 19 if you don't already have one. And I have things that I want to accomplish, and one of them is going to Daytona and not just watching it but competing there. So that would be amazing, but in general, I don't really want to give up on cheer. Right now, this semester, no, I am not cheering. I'm currently working on getting a job at the All-Star gym that I used to cheer at and keeping up my skills. I still do my workouts, still keeping up with my skills because a lot of people do follow me, especially the cheer wave. Like I'm not done cheering. Like that's not over. This semester I just really want to focus on like moving and getting everything settled, and a lot of schools, like, their cheer teams have been affected by COVID. Like, things are just not in general how they usually are, but I promise you that I am not finished with my cheer career because it's something that I love to do, and it's just kind of like a part of who I am. So I'm in the works right now with reaching out to a few different coaches. I have a few different options right now of what I can do, but again, I was so sad to leave University of Missouri, their cheer team. My heart goes out to them. It was like a family. If you've seen Cheer on Netflix, obviously we're not Navarro, but I honestly felt like my whole entire team was just like Navarro's team. Like, everybody was so uplifting. Like, we honestly had the tumbling. Like, people were so good on the team. Like, we have pretty good talent. It's a growing team, but if you're thinking about cheering there or cheering in college in general and you need advice or you have questions, please leave them below because I'd be happy to answer your questions. And it was such an amazing experience, and if I could have stayed for cheer, then I totally would have, because the coach and all of my teammates were super supportive of me and my decision, and I wish them the best of luck. I hope they're going to do so great at Daytona, and I'm hoping that it still happens this year. Again, everything's kind of up in the air because of COVID, but they're going to do amazing at Daytona, and I wish that I could be with them on the mat competing, but I do think this is the best decision for me right now. But it was a great team, and it was nothing against them. That's not the reason that I left. It was just a financial decision for me, and the drive back and forth was a lot, but love cheering there. If you have any questions, we practice typically 3 days a week, more when nationals are coming up closer. We would have some camps, and we have an actual like in-person at Missouri. There's going to be like an in-person, I think, like where you can come like watch a practice and like chat with the team. So if you're interested in that, comment below. And again, if you have questions or you're wanting to go to Missouri or any SEC school or any school in general, I can actually make a list of the colleges that I've been to, talk to their coaches. I can give you guys some tips because that's going to be in another video. But any athletes who are going to try out for college, I can definitely give you guys advice and tips, especially with COVID. If you guys are making a tryout video, I can give you guys tips on that. But this is my public announcement. I just wanted to make this video saying that I am currently at Middle Tennessee State University for this semester, and super excited. I actually decided to join a sorority. I didn't think that I would want to do that, but because I'm kind of like not cheering right now with a team, and I'm just kind of like in a transition period, I thought that it would be great to, you know, do a sorority. They asked me to join, and I was super excited because it's a great way to make friends. So I joined Zeta Tau Alpha. Here, I'll show you my flag. This is my flag over here. I can give you guys a room tour later. But yeah, I decided to join ZTA because they were super nice. They support breast cancer awareness, and that's something that I love. October, I'm very passionate about. And so that's that. Any other questions that you have, I'm happy to answer, but make sure to check out my new YouTube videos that will be coming out, and I will be making more videos now that I have some downtime, now that I've set everything up. I'm actually starting my own like podcast channel. My current favorite podcast is called The Bomb Hole. It's a ski and snowboard podcast. They bring in people like current athletes like Red Gerard, Chloe Kim, Haley Langland, and they interview them, and it's a podcast as well as a YouTube channel, and you should definitely check them out. It's what keeps me awake driving 9.5 hours back and forth from Missouri, so you should definitely check that out. But podcast, I'm starting something new, lots of new activities coming your way, and yeah, so that's my announcement. I'm back in my home state of Tennessee, and if you're thinking about going away for college, that's great. I wanted to leave my state so bad, but sometimes when you leave, you realize how much you really miss something, and I did miss my state a lot. So that being said, it's okay to like stay close, stay local for college. Again, if you have questions, leave them below. Message me on Instagram. I'll put that down in my bio below, and just make sure to like and subscribe this video. Might sound stupid, but I have a lot of college tips and advice if you are questioning what to do, especially during COVID, or you just need answers. I can help you and give you the advice because I've kind of been through a lot lately with colleges and stuff. So make sure to subscribe, and see y'all in my next video. Thanks again for watching. Make sure to give this a thumbs up and subscribe, and comment below any questions that you may have.